Hello, everyone, and welcome to Nuuli Forged. We are a 5e actual play stream that takes place in the world of Nuuli, which came out of my brain, and 6 of my friends are brave enough to play in. Woo! They just get celebrated this week, that's all. No insults, no questions about their morality or sanity or anything like that. We're just all having a good time. Thanks for sticking with us as we had a few little bumps. We are excited to be here tonight to play a little D&D. We had some last minute schedulings work out, so we were able to get a group together. Unfortunately, Sarah, who plays Andra, and Jeff, who plays Selenar, are unable to join us. Matt, who plays Corvus, will be along in a bit, but they'll be here. But he'll be here, and otherwise, you got us, which is fun and exciting. Yeah, we were able to get together real quick. Woo, how's everybody doing? It's nice to see some of you. Well, it's nice to see all of you, but
Doing great.
Nope, you've seen Mike too recently. You're sick of him.
I never get sick of Mike. We had a lovely time at a brewery this past weekend. No, that was last weekend.
Nice.
When was that?
I'm jealous. Whichever weekend.
Day is it? 2 weekends ago now.
I'm
Time
just
flies, man. Right.
Wild. Oh, right. I worked this weekend. Ha! Funny.
Nah, that's why it disappeared.
Yeah. Yeah. Fell into the hole that is work. But hey, Taco San Mashu, I've got it. Thank you for the Pikachus and for being in here and the clapping. What are those? Jellyfish? Penguins? I don't know. But so glad you're all in here. And a big, big thank you to YTYTYYTYYYTTYYT, who followed us a couple days ago.
That's a mouthful.
Yeah, I'm sure I screwed up a couple of those letters, but YT, thanks for joining us.
You attempted, and I think that's what matters the most at this point, because I would have not even tried.
Well, I appreciate that, Tanner. Thank you so much. And speaking of attempting things, hey, I need somebody to attempt to roll a D30 for me right now.
I'll do it.
Yeah! Woo! Glad you're feeling better this week, too, by the way.
Me too, because migraines are not fun.
Definitely not.
Especially when it gets to the point where it's just a dull pain and my eyeball feels like it's just going to go.
Ew. It's gross and sad.
No? Okay.
27. All right. I love that. All right. Well, dear players who are with me at the moment, please introduce yourself, your character, and please answer the question, the prompt, if you will. What is your character's relationship with their family like? Some of you, this is maybe a little interesting. Some of you, maybe it's not. It's going to be a fun time to figure it out. So stew on that for these 30 seconds I give you to a vamp. I'm not going to give you 30 seconds, but we're going to pretend. Let's start with Tanner.
Hi, I'm Tanner. I'm playing, Lunine. Jesus Christ. The Hexblood Fadite. And I'm going to not answer this one.
Ooh.
Because Jared knows. Obvi.
Sure. It's all good. Yeah. Tanner's family dynamics Lunine's family dynamics may come into play in the game at some point. In a fun and interesting way, perhaps.
Mysterious.
Dun dun dun. I don't think that's a command I've got it, but maybe I could make it one later.
What? Dun dun dun.
No, exclamation point Jesus Christ.
Oh.
It could be one though. Hey, let's move up to the next person in the rung. We've got Amber.
Hello, I'm Amber. I'm playing Ozo, the halfling monk. And to be honest, I don't have a lot of family. My granny was cool. She's dead.
Oh no.
Everyone else kind of just,
Oh
you know,
my god.
I grew up and I kind of just hung out with Granny. That's kind of it.
Fair enough. Well, thank you for sharing.
Granny must have been pretty cool.
She was okay.
Did she die under mysterious circumstances?
Nah, she was old. Sometimes it's just time to die.
I love
Deep.
I
how
mean-
nonchalant that is. It's great.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Way of mercy, baby. Way of
Yeah.
mercy.
I know.
Yeah.
Listen, respect.
Next up, we've got Mike.
Hello, I play Renata Soul Angel, human elf hybrid bard warlock type dude. And the only person in Renata's life was his mom before she passed away. Yeah, no
Under
siblings.
mysterious circumstances.
No, just disease. Yeah,
Happens.
it's very sad. Maybe one day the characters will learn, but in the meantime, I think that's all I'll say.
Fair enough. And my name is Jared. I am your humble dungeon master here on Newly Forged. I play everyone and everything else that is not the 6-player characters. And as such, there are a variety and varied swath of relationships between NPCs and their parents who are also NPCs. So it's a big NPC soup. And I get to make it whatever I want. But that all being done and accounted for, let's dive into last time on Newly Forged, which is going to be interesting because only one of our players that's currently here was here for last time on Newly Forged.
That's hilarious. All three of us were out.
Well, Mike was here,
Oh.
but
I was here.
Okay.
Let's dive in, shall we? Gotta get my recap voice on. Last time on Newly Forged, the Dead Ringers had to deal with the setting sun and the fact that their friend and ally Selenar had been turned to stone. From previous experience, the Ringers were confident that after 24 hours, Selenar would be returned to normal. Thus, they set about exploring the outside of the pyramid, as Andra had reported that there was no kind of entry to be found at the top, where she had been trying to get away from their enemies, hide, and escape. After scouring the ground level of the pyramid, which was covered with all sorts of images of skeletal fixtures performing a variety of tasks, Renata discovered one carving of a skull that seemed slightly different. Instead of the completely smooth green stone that had been carved into, he found one stylized skull that had a black eye socket.
Someone
Pressing-
punched the skull.
Yeah, pressing the eye revealed a doorway that opened up into absolute darkness, which closed after about a minute. With the sun setting and Selenar still as a statue, plus the tired and beaten state of many of the others, they decided to rest for the evening atop the pyramid where there was no entry point, giving themselves a little bit of height advantage, where they hoped that they would be undisturbed. After explaining to Andra what a watch was and why the party takes them, Corvus took the first watch, and it was quiet, allowing him to reflect on the past few days, and realize that something in Lunine had shifted slightly, like maybe a malaise had come over the staunch fighter. He also reflected on how the experience of being petrified in his body against his will had made him feel about that. Nonetheless, his time came and he woke Andra, where they had a lengthy discussion about her purposes and drives, with Corvus getting some answers, but his fears not entirely dissuaded, or concerns perhaps is the better word. While on watch, Andra received a telepathic message from a familiar voice, asking her to have a discussion in her dreams, to which she reluctantly agreed, and after which she noticed some movement at the base of the pyramid. She then awoke Renata, and the two together slowly crept down to see what they could see, and discovered that all of the broken constructs they had faced had been cleared away. The terracotta feline, the broken animated ballista, etc., etc. Selenar, his form was untouched and safe, still a statue. But Renata noticed that there were a series of boot prints with kind of shuffling gaits all around the area. And as he began his watch, allowing Andra to drift off to sleep, wherein, while she dreamt, she was visited by a handsome human man dressed in black and red silk robes with a matching turban and a very fancy-looking staff, and encouraged her to continue her work to read the book, one that he claims to have written, and told her that the book would lead her to secrets and powers and to skills that would allow her to use what others left behind. Renata, meanwhile, fell asleep on his watch and was visited by the mysterious manager in his dreams, who warned him that some powerful enemies from his past are hunting him, claiming him to be a thief of some kind. And there the manager then reminded the young performer that he could very soon have some difficult choices to make, choices that could have far-reaching effects on his life. When Renata awoke, he was sent down a spiraling course of memories to the times when he first learned music, his first companions, and eventually everybody kind of completed their long rest and ventured down to the bottom of the pyramid. After investigating the area again, they decided that despite Selenar's condition, they had to press forward and delve into the pyramid. Renata pressed the black eye of the skull, only this time, instead of the door opening, a wave of black energies pushed out from the pyramid, knocking all of the party unconscious, save for Andra. And we're going to pick up there, but not quite there. We're actually going to pick up on the fourth watch of the evening after Renata has awoken Lunine. Lunine, you are awoken by Renata and set to watch. It's usually Selenar's job he usually takes these last couple of watches because he only needs 4 hours of rest compared to the rest of you.
Mm-hmm.
But it gives you a chance for some solitude and thinking. You are told that what they discovered. So he tells you that he found boot prints and like the stuff is gone. So it's up to you if you want to investigate that further, or if you want to take this time to reflect as you do your watch here.
No, I'm not sneaking off alone at night.
Great. As you're kind of keeping a watch around things, you've had a very interesting couple of days. You set out into these jungles to find a leaf with the hopes of being able to find a way to return home. That was dashed by the fact that it was a fist-sized portal at the bottom of a cenote that hopped around on the Feywild from body of water to body of water.
Mm-hmm.
Then you were visited by in surprise by an old friend who had been searching for you, who gave you some more bad news.
Mm-hmm.
So all of those things being considered, I'm curious to know what's Lunine thinking about? What's going through his mind as he has resigned to getting this task done, in a way?
By task, you mean the pyramid thing?
Yeah.
Disappointed, confused, probably a vague understanding, but not totally complete. Only going off of what someone's telling him versus seeing what's going on for himself.
Yeah.
And not really ever expecting things to be as horrible as they have turned out to be. Not like in this plane, but like how the situation, I guess, like played out more or less.
Yeah. Adwarin gave you lots of information that you did not have before, and very little of it was good. So if you have any questions or Lunin wants to think about that or see if he can put together any pieces, you're welcome to reflect on that and do that. If you want to make any kind of like rolls for that, you're welcome to try that route.
Okay.
If you want any specifics, like as you're on your watch, you're thinking, you're getting deep in thought here. So this is a moment of like real reflection and a real chance for Lunin to absorb these past few days. Plus, you were stoned for about 24 hours recently, so.
Right. Not like I'm really bad at like questions instantly.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Well, you got a lot of names. Do you remember any of those names that you might want to do a history check on?
I mean, aside from like the immediate ones, I would have to. I didn't write down all of them.
It's all good.
Main ones, honestly.
Yeah, so you know most of the main players in that game. You obviously know your stepmother and your half sister. You know of, and you certainly know Pierce and everything.
Yeah.
The main name he told you about was that assassin. Actually, I'm not sure he mentioned the name of the assassin. No, he did, I think.
No, What was it? A name or was it like a title? It's like a title.
That's an interesting thing. Was it a name or was it a title? Why don't you go ahead and roll a history check on that?
11.
Cool.
Better second wind.
Mm-hmm.
Are you fine?
Oh, rough.
All right. Good night, guys. Wow.
Well, a 12 is enough to get you something. So, one of the things that you get, this assassin, this character, the shifting wind is what you were told they were.
Mm-hmm.
The way that a lot of like powerful fate entities work is they have very like thoughtful grand titles that are evocative of like multiple disciplines. Like there's the Queen of Air and Darkness, there's the Lord of Foam and Waves, there's all these sorts of like poetic titles. In the Summer Court, there's the King of Sun and Stars. You know, all these sorts of ebullient, whatever the word is. These titles, these titles that evoke aspects that are either sympathetic to one another or sometimes antithetical to one another. This name, this title, the Shifting Wind, doesn't quite match like that of like a higher like Fey entity. So you don't think that they are a it would occur to you that it's, whoever they are, they're not like an archfey or anything like that. They're not a member of a court. But it is one of those names that like parents will like scare their children with, like the Shifting Wind will get you. Because you are noble, you know a little bit more about the Shifting Wind than like your average common person would, because the average person hears like stories, but like you could actually be targeted by this person, so like it's important for you to know a little bit more. You don't know too much, but what you do know is that the Shifting Wind used to be very, very active, but then went dormant for a long time and did not for a very long stretch of time, which time in the Fey realm is mutable to a degree. Like it's linear, but it's not, it doesn't join up like it does here. Like an hour there is just an hour. It doesn't mean like the sun rises or the sun sets. The time is kind of dependent on the location, on the geography. So the existence of time there, you'd probably say like they were inactive for decades, maybe. And then they returned. Or maybe it was just weeks. It's hard to say sometimes. But they were inactive for a long time. And then they apparently just happened to get caught. Maybe it was they were rusty, like their time away, they lost something that helped them. You don't know like who they are or what, you know, kind of creature they are or anything like that. But you know that they are supposed to be very competent at their job, and that poison was one of their calling cards. And often those, the nobility that was targeted by them was left with only a breath on their lips, which is why they got called the Shifting Wind. And that breath would be encapsulated from a poison that they would use. Left as kind of a trinket or a memento. So that's fun and exciting. And from the stories, you would know that the poison that well, actually, you don't know what poison was used or claimed to have been used on your father that they then found in your quarters. Because why would you? So I think maybe it signals to Lunine that there's maybe more to this than just a straightforward answer. Because certainly Lunine knows what he did and did not do.
Right.
Also, the way that Adawaran disappeared in that kind of mushroom, big poof of mushroom spores, lends credence to the fact that probably the same individual who aided in your departure from the Fey realm was roped in to bring Adwaran here for a short time.
The poison that the Shifting Wind like to use, do people know like what it came from or like a source?
So the poison that the Shifting Wind use is called. It's quite simply called breath capture poison. Which it is rare, but it is, to your knowledge, on a 12, is native to the Fey realm.
All right, that tracks.
You can make a nature check if you want to see. You might have learned or studied what it might be, but it's a very rare and difficult potion, so it's a very high DC.
Why not? I do plant things.
Yeah.
I don't.
Oh no.
Jesus Christ.
Wow, rough night. Yeah. You have no idea what is in breath capture poison. It is unknown to you. You just know what it's called. The plant things you do are very different than poison.
Yep.
But I think in that moment it occurs to you that you might not know, but maybe some of your other friends might. Like, you've seen Andra sling poison in her spells, and you know that Selenar is a druid, and they're pretty nature connected. It also, maybe Corvus has some sort of skill in that regard, or maybe even Ozo. Ozo seems to know their way around bodies and that kind of stuff, so gives you a few avenues to pursue.
Yeah.
All
right.
Cool. So, eventually your watch ends, unless you have any more questions or ponderings.
Not at the moment.
Okay. Yeah, think about it. Give yourself a leeway there. And as your watch begins to wind down, and the sun is risen, and you get ready to wake up your companions. After spending this time being disappointed and maybe frustrated with the way things are now, what's Lunin's conclusion on his forward momentum here in this strange land that he's been in for a few months now?
I think he still, wants to find a way back for the sake of knowing that it is there. But also, if Edward is getting sent over, there might be other ways that other people from the Fey realm have crossed over, so he might be able to find news. At the same time, though, knows he needs to be a bit wary from what he was told.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. And I think as you're waking your friends, your mind might drift back to a note that you discovered in Cliffside.
With the satyrs?
From a satyr, yeah. Yeah. Wonderful. So, everybody is awoken. You descend the pyramid, and indeed, Renata presses the button, and you all go unconscious.
Whoopsie.
I would like all of you to roll a d8 for me.
Of course.
Okay. Lunin, you awaken first. You are in a mossy, overgrown, like glen or field or something like that. It is forested. It's got like some trees, definitely a lot of like grass and moss and that sort of feeling. Make a. Actually, for you, I'd like you to make an insight check.
Insight. Natural 1. Watch. The 18. Oh, 20.
Ooh, 23. A few things you notice. While the various like plants and everything are like real, they're legit. It's just natural. And you can feel something in this. You get the feeling that it's not as vast as it appears. Like, because you can look out and you can see miles of this like same sort of like have you ever been like in like an open field in like New Hampshire or something where it seems to like go on forever, and there's just like little tufts of trees that pop up here and there, like in an old farm field from like 200 years ago.
I've driven through Kansas. So
yeah, so yeah, very much so. Except a little more green, and less corn.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Less dust.
Yeah. I think you get a vibe on this place. You get a vibe on the fact that it is as lush as it is without being overdense because the soil is so well, so nutrient dense. And as you're looking around, you notice like there are stones that are like not that like seem to like come up out of the grass and like be covered up by moss and that sort of thing. A lot of lichen covering things. And you like look at one of the rocks and you kind of pick it up absentmindedly, and it's got a weird shape to it. It's kind of like a bent L.
The rock looks like a bent L.
Yeah. Go ahead, make either a perception or a medicine check.
Rock calling me a loser.
On your forehead.
Perception or medicine? Perception. There we go. That's better. Under 10. 13.
Great. 13. It's an elbow. Like it's carved to look like a humanoid elbow.
I'm gonna put it down because I remember the field that we were in earlier.
Yeah. Yeah,
the forest.
Yeah, you put it down, thinking back to that bog and like the various other things that you went through. And that's when you notice, kind of on the other side of a larger stone, you see the small form of a crumpled up Ozo, unconscious. The form of a masked and seemingly unconscious Corvus, and a starry-eyed, unconscious Renata. All of them appear to be breathing as you check them. They do not wake. But as you look around, you notice that you're not alone. All around you, these stone formations that have kind of been popping up, you realize are statues of humanoids.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's a couple with like backpacks, and unlike other statues that were like outside in the elements, these ones are more defined. They are crisp. Almost all of them seem to be in some form of like an action style pose, like either reeling back in terror or making aggressive movements. Yeah, that's what you notice just kind of looking around here.
Alright, so if that's how they're acting, I would like to perception check or insight. Are they facing like a specific direction? Like all of them?
No, they are varied.
Okay. So, all right. There's no, they're not like clustered in any one region. There seems to be no.
No, it seems like some of them are close together, but some of them are spread apart. Some of them seem to be like on their own. Others are like close to one another.
Okay. So there seems to be no like more or less like a killing field. Can't think of any other like a
No, not
specific
really.
spot where it seems to emanate from whatever they.
No, no, no. It doesn't seem like that. I mean, I don't think any of them are
Okay.
farther away than like 50 or 60 feet from you. Um,
Okay.
but that's all you really get.
All right. Well, if no one's waking up, I'm just gonna stay close and on guard, I guess.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. So after you kind of like look around and get all this information, we'll say like about half an hour has passed. About a half hour later, Renata begins to stir and open his eyes.
That sucked.
Yeah. Don't do that anymore, please.
I'll remember that for next time. Is everyone okay?
Define okay.
Breathing?
Breathing, yes. Conscious is another story.
Is it just you and me so far?
So far, Selena's still a rock. Everybody else
Oh,
is
oh yeah, right.
looning points at everybody else on the ground, kind of like lined up.
How long have you been knocked out for?
I don't know really how long I was out. You guys were out for maybe another 30.
Okay. All right. Lucky us. We set off a trap, but no one
You
came to finish us off. So,
set off a trap, just to be clear.
I mean, not intentionally, of course. Yeah, not intentionally.
Don't touch things you don't know.
Oh, what? I didn't know this because I did it once before, and it was fine the first time. I just have to remember the second time that they'll booby trap the door. Um, but no, lesson learned the hard way. Uh, we learn from our mistakes and we grow up to be a better person. I already
One
feel
should hope.
leveled up.
What is that a?
It's a Hessian thing. Anyway, I guess we'll just wait until everyone else is awake.
Can't really do
Um,
much else.
no.
Do those statues over there creep you out as much as they creep me out?
Mm,
And he's gonna
I'm not
point to
really
the
like an artsy guy, so
super crispy, new fresh looking statues.
Sorry.
a little bit, but art's subjective, so whatever.
Certainly a different taste in art. I don't know if I'd call this art or abject terror. Or doom. Could be one or the other.
Could be. Yeah. Well, yeah. Let's just wait. I'll like collect myself and make sure I look presentable.
Okay.
Gotta make sure you look good.
We're about to go dungeon crawling. Absolutely.
Cool. So you don't really pay any mind to the various statues in your area?
Oh, I'm watching them.
Me? No. Well, once I collect myself, and as I wait, I think perhaps just from the boredom of waiting, I'll start to look at the statues a little bit more closely.
Okay. Lunine, go ahead, give me a perception check. Renata, investigation.
22.
Ooh, very nice.
21.
Very nice. You guys are on this one. Lunine, you notice after like looking at the statues kind of varying around, kind of in the tall grass there are like small paths, like kind of like deer paths almost, like deers in the forest. But they're not like the kind that would be made by like an elegant doe like running through like a narrow little tract. These are wide. They've just been overgrown by this grass and moss. The grass goes up about like a foot and a half or so, in patches, and the moss kind of that covers the rest of it kind of hides the path a lot. But you definitely find some weird tracks that you don't know what they are. They're impressions, and it looks like they've been beat down a lot, which is weird. Renata.
So it's like a game trail?
Mhm.
Kinda. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Renata, what you find on an investigation check, all of these statues that you go around looking at are different humanoids. There's a fair bit of humans, and there's male, female, non-conforming individuals. There's a consistency that they are all either seemingly terrified of what's happening to them, or some that are like aggressively like making moves to like, I don't know, attack something or whatever. Some of them are holding swords or other bladed weapons. Some are holding stabs or like wands. Maybe a couple have a book on them. They all seem to have like gear of some kind, whether it's like a backpack or like a bandolier or a satchel of like something. But the statues are crisp. They're not like the ones that you found outside that were like a little blurry and faded from exposure to the elements, a little soft around the edges. Which I think on that investigation check lets you know that like the wind and elements here may not actually like be here, because like why else would these not be eroded? But what you also find, you find a certain humanoid wearing a very distinctive looking eyepiece over on one of the statues. And comparing that to what you've heard, you believe that this is the statue of Barl. He's kind of a taller man, a little bit of a gut of someone who's like maybe a couple years past his like physical prime, but close shaven beard, hair kind of cropped short on the sides and then kind of like ponytailed just off the back, like just kind of like swooped back and bundled. And that distinctive eyepiece and seems to match the description that you were given.
Okay. Well, good news, bad news.
That's unfortunate.
Lunine. Yeah, we found Barl. That's the good news. This is the bad news, as I point at his statuesque form.
Ew. You know,
Yep. Um,
I don't know what to do about that one.
um,
I don't suppose Andra, maybe Selena? You guys would probably
I don't know. I really don't know where to begin with this. How long do you think he's been a statue for?
I don't know, how long did they say he was gone?
I don't know. It's not good though. Do Jared, would there be any sort of knowledge I have that this can be reversed through, I don't know, a spell or a salve or something?
Make, if you want to like see if you can know of any like magic that might do it, you can go ahead and make an Arcana check.
Oh, absolutely not.
With a
Seven.
with a 7, magic can do a lot, but it's a little outside your wheelhouse. You've never really known anyone who's, well, I mean, you know a couple people who were stoned temporarily, but they kind of like fixed that on their own.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
I will be optimistic for the sake of the party, and I'll say, I'm sure someone can magic this away. Yeah,
I hope
perhaps
so.
a guy inside this ziggurat.
Or, just a thought,
Listening.
they might be the one starting or making this.
It did cross my mind. I'm right there with you. I believe we're reading the same page in the same book. But if they can do it, they can perhaps undo it.
For what price?
Ooh,
Nothing's free.
mysterious. I don't know. We'll just have to go in and find out.
Alright, well, I'm gonna stand back if you choose to ring any more. I don't know, buttons?
Yeah. No, don't worry. I actually have I have an unseen servant I can cast. He can do the whole thing for us.
You should just done that the first place.
You know what? Should have. Hindsight's 2020. Remember, lessons have been learned today.
Mm-hmm.
And it's about this time that Ozo stirs and awakens.
Come on, Ozo, get up.
Huh?
Pull Ozo up to their feet. Come on now.
That was
Dust their shoulders off.
interesting. When?
Yep. No time to explain except for this. We did find Barl. Barl's over there. And I point to the
Oh.
statue.
Oh, that's too bad.
Yeah. Yeah. We all agree on that. But we got to be optimistic. Do you think
Why?
that there is a spell that could undo this? And that spell is inside the ziggurat?
Well, I mean, honestly,
I don't know.
there's not much other option.
If it's magical, then it must be magical to undo, but I don't, right?
That's
Like,
what I was thinking, right? If you can do it, you
but
can probably
is it
undo it too.
inside? Who would do that?
I don't know, but I
Don't
think
do
we should go inside, kick some ass, and find out. I mean, we are already here. I ruined a good pair of shoes walking through the jungle here and the swamps.
You ruined a good pair of shoes. How do you think I feel?
Well, I mean, you can go in, is it just us awake?
Andra's already awake, yes.
Oh,
None of you have seen Andra nor Selenar.
right. Salinar is a rock.
Selnar's a rock. He's a statue.
Sort of rock. Squishy rock.
Squishy rock.
Why is Barl not a squishy rock? Can I investigate Barl?
Yes, absolutely. Go for it.
Do whatever I did last time when I magically could tell that it was a different kind of rock.
Yeah.
I guess it's investigate, not a medicine. There's no world in which it's a medicine check.
Not
I'm comparing
It's a very
what I
sickly rock.
discovered.
well. You're trying
All
to
the other
you're trying to
guys.
figure out if there's a way to undo it. So I would allow a medicine check. It's going to be a higher DC than an investigation check.
That's fine. Yeah. Why not? 15.
Oh, great. With a 15, Ozo, he seems to have all of his appendages, and like there's nothing broken off, there's nothing missing. He hasn't been like knocked over and damaged or chipped, or there's no like carvings on him. It seems like if there's a way to undo it, he should
I've got
be
it was
fine.
Oh, Ives got it. Hasn't graffitied him yet.
Right.
Yeah,
It was here.
there's
With a
no
Z.
there's no Z's yet. It is. You think that like if there's like from the little you know of magic, there are ways to undo things. So Renata's reason idea stands to reason that it's likely that there is a spell that does this. You know that there are spells that do that. They're high level, like really religious people can do it, or people who are very in tune with nature, or people who are very centered sometimes. Like there were people, or you read about people in the shrine who like could do this kind of stuff. Like, you know, they could return the stone to life if someone had been turned to stone.
Okay.
So it's definitely possible.
But it's also definitely not the same kind of slightly stony like the other
Yeah.
ones.
Yeah, like it is a very different, like when you knock it, it's a different sound. It sounds like actual stone, not something a little more porous.
Okay.
Yeah, and
I mean, all his parts are here. He should be okay. I don't know how long it has to be. I guess he's been here for a few weeks at least. Maybe. Do we think we can convince somebody inside to do this? Is that what your goal is? Also, where's Andra?
Yeah. Yeah, and there's also Andra. She's gone at the moment. Possibly inside even. I don't know. Actually, is there a way to like track for her footprints at all in this area?
yeah, you can make a nature check
Perhaps
or a
if there's
survival
a
check,
scaffold.
actually. Yeah, make a survival check. See if you notice any tracks or anything.
No, that's another 7.
Looking around, you guys have kind of been wandering all around the statues, so any tracks that like may have existed, you've probably stepped over them. You don't see any of her stuff anywhere.
Yeah, it would be unlikely that she would just leave us. So my hypothesis is that she was taken inside the ziggurat. And we have to go inside and save her.
Well,
Which, by the way,
See if I can wake up Corvus. How
as
long has it been?
as you're discussing this, you all look around. You don't see the ziggurat anywhere.
Okay,
I'm a
so
little bit confused. Were we not outside the ziggurat when we opened the door?
You were.
Or were
So-
we moved?
You are in a different place. You are in a mossy, grass-filled area with like little stands of trees and rocks and very crisp statues. Not like the ones that were outside in the swampy surroundings and environment where the smell of death and decay of a swamp and mire rang through. This is a fairly neutral smelling forest. Kind of like hay.
When are we? Do we have a way to find out when are we? This feels weird. You touched a button, then we all blacked out, and now we're here?
As you pose this question, you hear a voice from behind a masked figure as Corvus begins to stir and wake up.
Oh, well, that's good.
Oh, now you decide to join us.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm just getting my voice back. I'm gonna be a little quiet for a moment.
That's fine. I'm glad you're not dead. Do you think we are somewhere different? Or do you think we are somewhen different? Or how do you think we got here? You touched the button.
I mean, when I woke up, we were already here. So,
Is this a thing that you know about? Because I don't know about it.
no, not the slightest.
But you came from somewhere else.
I
Do you
did,
pass out
but
when you
there are
go
many
between
similar-
places?
I didn't. I mean, there's many others somewheres. So, I couldn't tell you.
Lunine, when Ozo poses this question to you, you think back to that feeling you got when you first awoke of this place feeling not as expansive as it looks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, why don't we just start walking and just start there?
Sounds like a good idea.
Okay.
All right. That way. And Lunine will just start walking.
Ozo will follow.
Cool. Lunine, go ahead. Make a... Let's call it a nature check here.
There it is. Natural one. There we go.
Cool. You are walking for about 30 minutes and the scenery's kind of going on and it's nice. Like, it's pretty. There's not a lot really to notice around here. Everybody else, I would like you to make nature checks now, if you'd be so kind. Okay, Renata.
14.
After a little while, you notice that like Lunine is kind of just going in like in a big curvy circle. Like it looks like you're traveling straight ahead, but you realize through the movement of your feet that you are kind of circling back on yourselves.
Not to hurt his ego, but I would suggest perhaps he relaxes a little bit, let me take the lead, and I'll try to redirect us to the right path.
Oh, if you think you could do better, go ahead. Just don't push any more buttons.
I'm certainly not trying to.
Cool.
Gonna just keep following.
All right, Renata, go ahead and make a survival check for me.
Well,
12. Okay. Yeah. You are traversing
Whoa.
the area. Everybody else can go ahead and make a survival check. Ozo, as soon as Renata starts walking in like the opposite direction, and Lunine as well, you realize that he's walking in a circle just backwards to the way you had just been going.
Are you gonna tell him or should I?
I mean, you can.
Renata, we just came from that direction.
We're still in a circle.
not true.
It was just going the other way. I think we're in a circle. Or
Ozo.
at least
I silently
in a
like
circle?
scream and scream internally.
Ozo,
Yes.
as you say, I
All
think
right,
we're
okay.
in a circle. I would like you to make a straight wisdom check for me. So D20, add your wisdom modifier. And I'm going to give you advantage on this
Okay.
because of your background. And that's a natural 20.
Nice.
Absolutely done. Well done.
Thank goodness.
Talking about this phenomenon with Lunine and Corvus, who also noticed that Renata was walking in a circle. You look at the arrangement of your line of your three companions and yourself, and on an instinct that you don't know where it comes from, you reach your hand out, and before you can fully extend your arm, you hit a wall. And as you run your hand over it, you see an illusion ripple as your hand waves across it. That far-flung vista is like programmed to appear like it's close and far at the same time, and you are seeing it be disrupted, like waving your hand through a waterfall. It does feel solid, but you can see that you are like almost through sand, like you're pushing it away, but you're not clearing through it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You knew something was wrong.
I mean, only because we were walking in a circle. No matter who. Do you touch it?
Can I
I
touch
just
it?
like keep waving my hand, and I'm like, touch it.
Yeah. You reach out,
I would
and
like to touch it.
yeah, you reach out, and you see the same effect when you reach out with your gloved hand and touch it. You can feel resistance and pressure, like like it's solid, and like the illusion is disrupted as you wave your hand over it.
Well, I was a little worried we had gone to somewhere else for a second, so this is slightly better situation, perhaps.
Maybe.
Can we go any further into it? I got loud as I push with both hands.
You push. Go ahead, make a strength check or an athletics check.
It's a 10 because I got a -1. So
Okay.
it's a 10.
With a 10, you push through, and you realize that if you push any harder, you're going to knock yourself backwards.
That's funny.
I
What
was
if
expecting something like that?
we just walk in a circle with our hand on the wall? Keep leading us, Renata.
I'll do it. Yeah,
Cool.
so we'll just try that.
Yeah, so
I
you...
will-
Can I try to stab the wall? I want to see if I can
Ah,
force a
I
sword.
knew
through
someone
it.
was going to want to do that.
Yeah, go ahead. Make an attack roll against the wall.
Yes. Fuck
While he's
this
doing that,
wall.
I'd like to just look up.
Okay.
22.
Your sword makes contact with something hard and feels like a wall. Go ahead, roll damage.
Seven.
It seems to have no effect on the wall whatsoever.
Hmm.
You see the illusion like ripple over where you stab it with your short sword, but it just kind of like falls off the blade. Weirdly,
It doesn't like momentarily break or like we can't see anything it for half a second.
the illusion doesn't shimmer or anything like that, no. But you do notice that just around the edge of that opal wood sword of yours,
Mm-hmm.
that opaline sword, it just barely repels the illusion, like just ever so slightly, like by a hair. Almost as though it's like parting around the blade itself.
Can I slowly push it through? Try to push it through?
It's meeting resistance. It seems like the illusion is not permeable. In other words, it seems
Right.
like the wall has the illusion on it. It's just when you disrupt it, like the illusion kind of like waves a little bit.
This makes me think maybe we are still in a room. And if we follow the wall, maybe there's a secret opening or a door or a crack or something behind it.
You did see the illusion momentarily pot, right? Slightly.
It looks, yeah, I mean, I think so. I saw something like that when I pushed my hands, maybe.
Alright, well, let's hope we find a door.
How about above us, Jared? What does it look like if we look up? Does it look like a sky?
It does look like a sky. Looks like a bright,
What if
clear sky.
This feels like, did y'all see that, right? The Resident Evil movie where they're in that, like, underwater base, and it has, like, all the recreations of those areas? No?
Yeah.
I think it was, like, the
No,
fourth
talk
one
about.
or fifth one.
So
Or-
bear with me, because I'm sure if you ask for a roll, it's going to take me a second to switch. But what happens if I tell everyone to stand back a little bit and I fire my hand crossbow into the sky?
Make an attack roll with your crossbow. Roll a d20 and tell me what you get.
That was a terrible roll. I got a 9.
You fire your hand crossbow into the sky, and it flies up. And you see the bolt come down. And then, as it comes down behind like a ledge or a rock, you hear something go. "Rrrr."
Okay. Well, so the wall has a top to it, perhaps after all.
And you've heard some kind of creature make a noise. What do you do?
Quick, roll initiative. Someone detect good or evil. I don't know.
Cool.
Just size.
All right, everybody, go ahead.
We will brace ourselves, I guess.
Yeah. Go ahead, everybody. Roll initiative. You have all had a long rest at this point. None of you have taken any damage. You just got knocked unconscious. So you should.
Okay.
So you can have all your hit points and all that stuff, and all your resources. And as you roll initiative, we're going to take a 5-minute break because it's that time. So we're going to take a quick 5-minute short break, and then we will be back to see what you all get up to here in this holodeck, for lack of a better term. Taco-san Mashu, thank you for the party parrots. And we'll be right back. See you in 5 minutes. Hello, everyone. We are back. Thanks for sticking with us while we took a little quick break. We are arriving back at the scene. We've got our friends have been in, or the Dead Ringers, or part of them anyway, has been in this weird holodeck kind of illusion with this like real forest that seems to go on forever, but they were constantly walking in circles until Ozo sorted out that they might have to just like push a wall, and they found the wall, hoping to find some sort of like roof. Corvus went ahead and fired a bolt up into the air from his hand crossbow. And well, it went up in the air, came back down, and something growled in response. So now we've got a little action going on, and what you see kind of bursting out from like in front of you and to either side, you can see these crazy creatures that have like big open toothy jaws and like spines down their back, and they seem to have like 6 legs, and it seems like their bodies are made of muscle, and they're like the size of a pony or like a very large dog or something. They're like kind of blue mottled skin, and like the top is like red ridgeback kind of vibes. They are rough looking, and they have these like tiny like eyes, like with pupils that look like almost like targets, like bullseyes, almost concentric rings, and they look angry. So I will bring y'all over to the map. Boom. And we will pick up some initiative here. And starting off initiative, we've got Lunine with Corvus on deck, followed by Ozo.
Sorry, I was just joking.
Oh, please don't.
Alright. We can see all of them, right?
Yeah, you look around, you see all 3 of these guys.
Alright. I'll go for the one in front of me. 10, 15. And that, as I get right here, Trickster step right behind him.
Okay, yeah.
And stab. Oh, I didn't roll it. Advantage or no?
Yeah, because of your Trickster step, you get advantage on your first attack. Because it leaves that illusory...
I just didn't know if maybe this thing had anything. 22?
A 22 is a hit.
For 11 stab damage.
Wonderful. 11 stab damage. Boom. Yeah, you stab into it. Yeah, and you see its like eyes kind of like glow a little bit and target, like that target shape moves towards you. Well done. Anything else, or is that you?
No, that's it.
Great. Next up, we've got Corvus. Who I think is muted at the moment. Alright, we'll give Corvus a moment. We'll go over to Ozo.
Guess what Ozo's gonna do? Go over here and punch.
Yeah, go for it.
Punchy punch punch. 18.
18 will hit.
Excellent. I'll punch again. 13.
13, you hit, and you hit the side of this thing, only you hit it in a part that's like densely muscled and feels like stone.
Fair enough.
So it does not seem to take any damage from that attack.
Alright, well, have 9. And then I'll hang out there.
Fair enough. Next up, the creatures go. Oh, great. Corvus, let's go to you. Let's go to your turn.
So I got to do theater of the mind right now because I'm still trying to get the laptop up. But I will fire crossbow, since I already have it in my hand, at the creature that...
There's one engaged with me, and there's one engaged with Ozo in the far back.
And they're both about 25 or 30 feet away from you.
Copy that. Somebody roll me a d20 and add 7.
On it.
Great.
Thank you.
You rolled a 7, plus 7 is a 14.
14.
The creature next to Ozo.
You fire, and it just barely grazes the top of the creature, but does not do any damage.
Sorry.
Bummer.
Do you get advantage because Ozo's right next to it?
He doesn't get advantage, but he would have gotten his sneak attack if he had hit.
That's
Oh,
right.
okay.
That's right.
Bummer. Well, I have nothing to hide behind, I assume.
No, there's just a few like rocks, and you're kind of like an open, grassy area.
I don't think I can do anything else except for maybe...
There are some.
Who's standing?
There are some statues kind of in your general vicinity.
Hide behind Barl.
I think I can... Yeah. Oh, we found Barl. That's good for us. Sure, I'll try to hide behind Barl. How's that? Can y'all hear me? I'm sorry, I got too far away.
Yeah, you can make it over to one of these statues and kind of hide behind one.
I'm pretty sure that's a d20 plus 9.
Yeah, go for it. Roll a d20 and add 9.
If Ozo would be so kind. I'm almost there.
It's all good.
18 plus 9.
Oh, wonderful. Yeah.
That's got to be very hidden.
Yeah, with a 27, you can you hide behind. Barl's much bigger than you, and you kind of like hide in like the low brush, so like you're pretty obscured. You're pretty confident that like you like diving into the grass, you kind of lost the view of the creatures, which is nice.
Oh, excellent. Okay, that's my turn.
Great, and a very good turn it was. Because now it is the creature's turn.
Uh-oh.
So firstly, it stares at Lunine. And Lunine, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Dirty 20.
Nice. You see the eyes like glow and like those targets swirl as it focuses on you, and you feel your legs go wobbly, but you push through it, resisting whatever crazy effect that the creature was attempting to inflict upon you. So well done. Let's see. It's then going to try to bite you. That is a 22 to hit.
Yep.
You take 13 piercing damage plus 5 poison damage for a total of 18.
Ouch.
Yeah, very much so.
Lunine is bloodied. Literally.
Already?
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm literally at half. In one hit.
Wow.
Wild.
That hurt.
Yeah, for reals. This one up here is going to scramble towards Renata. It uses its movement and its action to do so. But then it stares at Renata, and I need Renata to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh no. This is not my night.
Renata, you see those eyes and you can't help but stare into them. They're entrancing. You've never seen eyes like these before in your life. And as you meet the gaze of this swirling target bullseye looking eyes, you feel something come over your body. You feel a tension as your muscles seize up. And then you realize you're restrained. So you have the restrained condition. Your speed is now 0. Attack rolls against you have advantage. Your attacks will have disadvantage, and you have disadvantage on dexterity saves. Luckily,
Gotcha.
the creature is still 10 feet away from you.
Not that it matters. I can't move, but okay.
Well, it can't get closer at this point.
So I'm assuming Renata's at
This point.
disadvantage after all that.
Attack throws, and dexterity saves, yes, are a disadvantage. Ozo, the one that you have gone up, stares into your eyes and attempts to look at you. And actually,
Amy.
it's just going to do that. And I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Great. 17.
You catch those eyes and you pull your face away as you feel your knees go weak, and you push through whatever effect. And instead of your muscles like tensing up, you tense your muscles because you're going to punch the shit out of this thing next time.
That's right. That's right.
So it's going to try to bite it at you, and that's a 17 to hit.
It does. Wait. Is there a thing? Hang on. I've got a thing.
Okay.
This is fun. We did this last time. Where'd it go? Oh my god. Is it bludgeoning, piercing, or slashing?
It is piercing damage. It's a bite.
Great. I'm gonna use my deflect attack and reduce the attack's damage. That's my reaction. I rolled a 13.
Cool. So you have managed to avoid the bite, kind of like grabbing its head and kind of guiding it off to the side.
Does that mean did I reduce it to 0?
Yeah.
Great. Here, have that damage back. I'm gonna expend a focus point to deflect 7 points of damage onto it as I do that.
Ooh. Wild. Yeah. So, okay. Cool.
It has to do a 13 dex save.
It has to do a
Avoid that.
13
Here,
dex
if I do this,
save.
does it give you information? No. Yes,
Yeah.
sort of.
Yeah, it
The
does.
dex.
Yeah. Okay, great. Well, let's see. It rolls a natural 20.
Great.
Does-
It doesn't get any damage, but neither do I. Neither.
Okay, so a successful save isn't half damage, it is no damage.
It looks like it.
Okay, great. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you grab the side and kind of move the powerful jaws, which is good because as you see the jaws bite down, you see like it's got some kind of saliva or venom that it looks like it secretes. So you avoided some poison damage as well.
That's good. I like that.
Which is very nice indeed. Cool. Wonderful. That is their turn. Renato, we're over to you. You are currently restrained.
Yeah, that sucks. But I can still do things. So first, I'm going to cast Insane in the Membrane to the 3 creatures.
Okay. What's their save?
That is a Charisma 13.
Okay. Only one of them succeeds. The other 2 fail. And they are baned. Boom.
Bang.
Nice. Okay. So the 2 engaged with my friends are baned. I will then bonus action Mantle of Inspiration. So you guys will get some temporary hit points equal to 4 temporary hit points.
How do you inspire this health to your allies?
Probably sing them a little tune that goes like I don't know. I got nothing on me right now. Tuesday nights are not my most creative nights.
I don't know about that. You do quite a
Um,
few puns on these nights.
I
Mhm.
know, right? I need to like make a list of like quick little lyrics.
Sure.
That's my homework for this week. It's a fun little ditty. Everyone's like, yeah, all right, cool. 4 hit points, sure. But also, if you guys want to use a reaction to get away without provoking an opportunity attack, you may do so now.
Except for Ozo, who has already used their reaction.
Except for Ozo.
Yep, I have already used my reaction. That is true.
That's all I can do.
Do you have to be able to see your allies, or is it just anyone you can detect or you know about in the area?
I think it's here.
Let me just,
Oh, they just need to be able to hear you. Okay, great.
I'm pretty sure it's here.
Cool.
of inspiration. It doesn't say. It just says when you do Mantle of Inspiration, choose up to 3 creatures. But
Okay.
Bardic Inspiration,
Is
it
here.
has to be someone within 60 feet that I can see, or that can see me or hear me.
Okay, great. Cool. Wonderful. That's really good. Bard's got quite an upbeat then. Wonderful.
Nice pun.
Yeah. Hey, it's all good. Yeah, it's just within 60 feet of you. Wild. That's awesome. Cool. At the end of your turn, I need you to make another Constitution saving throw. Okay.
11.
Your body tightens up more. And what is the look that gets frozen on Renata's face as it is now his turn to turn to stone?
Oh no!
Don't worry, Corvus is going to have a talk with you after.
You're gonna draw a silly mustache on my stone body. The last look is one of sadness because he would rather be remembered through music and not as a statue.
And you all watch as Renata's form solidifies into stone with this look of regret and sadness and remorse on his face from a creature who looked like it was looking forward to biting him. Back to the top, we've got Lunine.
Real quick, does that mean the Bane drops?
Oh.
I'm going to say
Yeah.
that you were concentrating when you went into this, and it doesn't. And I don't think being petrified. You're incapacitated. Your concentration is broken when you are incapacitated, so the Bane does go away. So you see all of them kind of shake off that effect as the spell wanes. Okay, Lunine, back to you.
Alright. Since I hit it last time,
Yeah,
I have advantage.
you do.
12.
12 will not hit. It
Alright,
dodges
one
the
more try.
blade.
Natural 20.
That will absolutely hit.
Alright, and I'm gonna add a Siren Strike.
Nice. Roll damage and roll those dice. Roll those fey dice.
Alright, so that's 11 stab damage.
Glorious.
With another 10 psychic.
Woof! Yeah, you stab this creature right in the skull, and it roars and goes back, and it's just like, "Ah!" And it gets real angry at you, and it's almost like the psionic energies that you send down the blade sort of like reverberate in this like massive cavernous skull that it has as it shrieks. Very much not liking that.
Very much what?
It very much did not like that. It
I
hated
could
it.
imagine.
Yeah, it hated it. Anything else on your turn?
That's it.
All right. We are over to Corvus.
Corvus liked it.
Nice.
Corvus is going to use bonus action, steady aim to get advantage on this strike against the one engaging with Lunine.
All right.
Thank God I got advantage.
A 17 will hit. So go ahead, roll damage and sneak attack.
Ooh, look at that sneak attack.
Yeah, so that is 17 points of damage as a quarrel bolt right into the side of this thing behind, like, oh! Very, very much bloodied and looking rough. Like super, super rough.
Wow, that's it, huh? I was hoping I'd finish it off for you, Lunine. I'm sorry. I don't say that out loud, though, because I don't want him to...
Obviously, your stealth is broken from the attack.
Your stealth is broken.
Uh.
I've got one more thing
Got
I'd like to
him.
do.
Yeah.
That's right. Everyone knows where you are, DM. I'm going to Wails from the Grave the little sucker behind him, if I may.
Yeah, I think that's within range. Yeah, definitely. 60 feet?
It's with... I think it's within range of the other creature. Let me read that again. Make sure I'm not crazy. 30 feet of the first creature, who is closer. So I think it's...
Yeah, it's just at 30 feet.
Excellent.
Yeah,
Yes, my heart.
yeah, so you see like the wails from this creature kind of solidify into that black energy and fires across, pinging into the side of the other creature that went over to Renata. And it kind of like looking in the direction of its ally, not quite putting together that it was you.
That is kind of what I was hoping. So I'm going to stay put, because I really have no choice. Actually, if anything, I might just like move one square. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
And then that's...
Very cool. All right, next up we got Ozo.
Guess what?
You run away in fear. Okay.
I'm
Yep.
sorry, I have to go back a square because I used steadying. My bad.
23.
23 will absolutely hit.
Great. I'm going to punch it again. 16.
16 will also hit.
Great. That's fine. Have that damage. Goodbye.
All right.
I'll stay there. That's
Wonderful.
fine. We'll do punch.
Great. Yeah, it's punched. You are punching it, and it is sad about it. All right. Next up, is the creatures. They need to make some rolls here. Ooh, only one. Oh no, two of them. Look at that. This one. You see that even though they're like large and bulky, their bulk makes them move a little slowly. So as this one trundles down towards Corvus. Corvus, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw as it stares at you, and you see the eyes swirl.
I was about to say, is it possible just not to look?
You can find out by rolling a con save.
Working on it. Does the mask grant me advantage?
You feel your body tense up, and you are restrained.
Excellent news. Been here, done that.
Yeah, a familiar sensation washes over you, and you can feel the trepidation sink in. It then moves up towards you. But that's all it can do. This little guy down here is going to stare at you, Lunine, and require you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Me? Sorry.
Lunine.
Lunine. That's what I thought.
15.
Once again, you push through this wave of tension in your body. So it just tries to bite you. And that is a 21.
It succeeds.
Ooh, wow, it rolled. It rolled max damage. Okay. So that is 15 points of piercing damage and 6 points of poison damage. 21 in total.
I'm still up.
Nice. Love that.
I am super rough.
So is it. It looks like it's on its last throws. The other one, unfortunately, does not get its fun little ability back, so it's just going to try to bite Ozo. But with a 10, this guy can't hit nothing. The one against Lunine is doing some pretty solid work, but the one on Ozo is not having a good day.
He's putting some work in for sure.
Yes.
Yeah. What were we thinking?
Uh,
I know what I'm thinking.
Next up, it's Lunine, as Renata is currently petrified.
Second wind.
Okay, bonus action, second wind. Gain some health back.
Yep. So 9. No, 8.
Great. 8 hit points. You feel your adrenaline surge as you breathe in and take your turn.
Alright, now I stab it.
Yeah, go for it.
16?
16 hits.
Nice.
Roll damage.
10. Damn.
What does it look like as you slay this creature?
Oh, good.
I just stab my short sword into one of its eyes.
One of those horrible eyes that tries to keep doing horrible things to you and your friends. You just gouge it out and stab, and the hilt goes deep in through the socket to the skull, and you pull it out, and your sword drips with ichor and blood and all kinds of grossness.
About enough of that. That's my turn.
You have movement left if you want to use movement.
Oh, right.
And there is one harrying Corvus not too far away from you.
You hear a pathetic squeak from the nearby statue.
Alright. I move over to the one with Corvus. Now I have my turn.
Very cool.
My savior.
I'm just going to move you here because there's a statue right there.
Okay.
But that's good. All right.
Oh, I see it now. Okay.
Yep.
I thought that was a bush.
Nope, no worries. Yeah, the resolution on this one didn't take as well as I had hoped. But Corvus, we're over to you.
Okie doke.
So you can't move, and your attacks are at disadvantage at the moment.
Copy that. So steady aim.
Okay, that will cancel out
Straight.
the disadvantage.
And I'm gonna try not to break any rules here, but I'm gonna draw my short sword.
Mm-hmm.
Does a 15 hit, or is that just too low?
A 15 just hits.
Thank you,
So,
Lunine, for moving in on him.
yeah, go ahead. Roll damage and sneak attack.
Sneak attack is outpacing my normal damage.
Ooh, well, like it always does.
That's how it's supposed to be.
Yeah,
Gotcha. Well, I also rolled a 1 on the.
because it's about you hitting like tender spots. So yeah. For 15 points of damage, yeah, you stab into this creature, and it lurches. Well done indeed.
Oh wait,
Yes.
there's more. The Vex action? Whatever. I think I get a free swipe of the dagger.
Nick.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. Is that true? I've been doing it, so hopefully it's true.
Yeah, it's Nick.
Yeah.
Vex
it's
is
Nick.
advantage.
That's
Yeah. The Vex gives you advantage on your next attack, so it's a straight roll.
It's a dirty 20.
A dirty 20 absolutely hits. Go ahead and roll that damage.
There's another 2 damage.
Another 2 damage. Very nice.
I'm just fighting for my life now before I turn to stone.
Yeah, yeah. Because you have the mastery on the Nick, that's what gives you that attack. Cool. At the end of your turn, I need you to make another Constitution saving throw.
Come on, big money. On save. Nope, that was the wrong one. Ignore that. On save.
Well, we'll take the roll because it's
-1? Oh, okay.
just -1 because you rolled that.
You're a doll.
No, it's just
If
that's
it were normal dice and we were doing math.
yeah. If it was normal dice, you would have rolled that number and just added the right modifier to it, so it's fine.
You're right. Thank you.
Yeah, no, anything like that, like if you hit the wrong thing, like we'll just take the die result and add the correct modifier. So that will give you a 19, which is enough. You push against the like stony gaze, this like petrifying gaze from this thing, and you are no longer restrained. Good job.
Amazing. Been here before, bitch.
Yeah. Yeah, you push through it. You know your body. You take control of it. And you decide what you're going to move when you want to move. Ozo, over to you.
Ironically, I can't move because I use steady aim.
Great.
Well,
Well-
you also make the save at the end of your turn, so you couldn't move
I think
anyway.
I will take a moment of situational awareness and medicine check my friends.
Yeah, go for it.
19.
Lunine is looking very, very rough at the moment. Corvus doesn't look like he's been hurt yet. Nor does Renata, but Renata is a statue.
Good
But-
talk.
But Lunine looks very, very hurt.
Okay. Great.
Do you want one of those like
I'm-
eating things like we use for hands and stuff to put on your back?
Was it 19 to tell, like, very, very hurt as in, like, one hit down? Or is it, or like,
It looks like he's pushing through some pretty grievous injuries. He's got like 2 massive bites that are like pouring blood out of his body.
all right, good talk. I was gonna be irresponsible. Halfling, whatever he is. They are. Whatever. Whatever is happening at the moment. moment. Great. Ozo is going to use focused step of the wind
Ooh.
so that I can expend a focus point to take both disengage and dash as a bonus action. And
Very
my jump
nice.
distance is doubled for the turn.
Nice.
Because I am down
You
too
better jump
many.
to shit to have something.
Huh?
You better jump
Mostly
to
I
shit
just wanted to
have something.
disengage. Mostly I just wanted to... Oh, wait. Hang on. I don't need to do that. Because I can disengage... No, disengage is an action.
You can step in the
Correct.
wind and disengage as a bonus action.
No. It's only dash now.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
right. Things changed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Step of the wind is
So-
you can take the dash as a bonus action, or you can spend the focus point to do both disengage and dash.
Right. So it's fine. I'll still do it. I don't need the dash part. I just need the disengage part. And then I'm going to...
So patient defense is what
Wait.
lets you disengage as a bonus action. If you just want to
Wait.
disengage.
Oh, I do want to just disengage. Okay. Good
Yeah.
lord, I'm so confused. There are too many things to read. Yeah, I'll just disengage. That's fine. Okay, patient defense. I didn't use a thingy.
Mhm.
But guess what? I am going to punch this baddie once. And then I'm going to use my hand of healing. No. Yes. No. I'm going to just use hand of healing and punch Lunine with healing.
Okay.
Ouch.
Punch Lunine in the shoulder for 7 healing points.
Great.
You run up and slap the marquis upon the shoulder, or well, I guess upon the back, infusing health into his body, healing energies.
Great. Okay. I'm over here now.
Wonderful. Next up, we have the critters. They are going to make a roll. Ooh, one of them gets it. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Suck it.
So it gets to there. Let's see. Oh, I get to use the fancy tool. I get to use the fancy tool.
I don't like how
decide
that
if I like
sounds.
the fancy tool or not.
Yeah. Sus.
There's a cone. It has a breath now.
It looks in your direction, and I need
I don't like the fancy tool.
all of you to make a Constitution saving throw as it stares in your general direction. Unfortunately,
16?
its friend also needs to make the saving throw. Interesting.
Suck
Is
it.
a full party con save?
It is. Ozo and Lunine are fine. Corvus with a natural 20.
Fuck yeah.
All of you
I'm not playing.
succeed against this petrifying gaze. Ironically, its friend fails.
It is now restrained.
And you see this one tighten up, the one that you have surrounded, which is very funny. Seems like maybe they're not thoughtful allies. Cool.
Tanner, you keep breathing so hard.
My allergies, I'm still like stuffed up.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Gotta
I
get you a
understand.
different mic and put it on like the floor.
The other one now has disadvantage on his attacks, but he's going to attack Lunine because Lunine... Corvus is the last one who hurt him. So he's going to bite Corvus at disadvantage.
TBH, I was trying to get his attention because I saw that Lunine was...
Yeah, well, at disadvantage, it's a 17 to hit.
I beats it still.
So that is 7 piercing and 3 poison damage. Total of 10. As it chomps away on Corvus. Renata is still a statue. Lunine, we're over to you.
I stab it.
Yeah, you have advantage because it's now restrained.
Dirty 20.
That will hit. It took a big risk and had
11.
No reward. Yeah. Wonderful. It is bloodied.
I do it again.
Go for it. Still at advantage.
26.
Yeah.
For 7 stab damage.
Yeah, you stab away on it.
That's my turn.
Next up, Corvus. You have advantage on the attacks.
I believe I would like to take advantage of the advantage
Yeah. Go for it.
of the attack. And I'm going for it.
Do it.
26.
26.
11
Absolutely.
and a 10 sneak attack damage.
What does it look like when you kill this creature?
Yay!
This creature has made me so furious that I thought I was going back being stone. That even though I kill it with my sword, like cutting its throat open with one swipe, I'm still, this has happened twice now, I'm still like, the dagger is coming out and I'm starting to stab it in the eye before I realize that it's already like falling down dead.
So a quick stab, and then you're stabbing away, jab, 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 jab. Kind of revenge killing this thing as it crumples
Pretty
to the
much.
ground.
I'm like, got ichor splattered all over my mask now. It's gross.
Tasty. Okay, great. Anything else on your turn, Corvus?
I know there's one more. But I kind of used my second attack for the coup de grace, which was perhaps foolish of me. So I think I'm gonna.
Well, you still have your bonus action. And you did do sneak attack damage.
I guess I could hit it with the whales. I only get 2 for long rest, though. I don't know if this is gonna happen again.
It's up to you.
I'm gonna take the chance while he's restrained, and I'm gonna see if I can't.
Well, the other one is not restrained.
Oh, the other one's not restrained. Oh, okie dokie. Well, I'm gonna make a weird attempt at something. I'm gonna dash over here if I can. I'm gonna dash.
Okay.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 40, I think gets me behind the statue.
Yep.
Is that too small a statue? It might be too small, but we'll see. I'm gonna mix it up, and I'll bonus action hide.
Yeah, go ahead.
You tell me if that's crazy.
Yeah, so it's not full cover, but you've lost its attention, so you're effectively hidden from it.
I'll take it.
Yeah. All right, Ozo, over to you.
Cool. I'm going to run up to our friend, and I'm going to punch it some more.
Yeah. And 11 will
And
not
that's
hit.
Annoying. I'm going to use. Fuck this. This is annoying. I'm going to use Flurry of Blows so I can punch it 2 more times.
Go for it.
1, 2.
Both
That's it.
hit. Yeah.
Excellent. Have some damage, dear friend. And then I will say, you can hang back, Lunine. It's okay.
It's now bloodied, so that's good.
Which is me being nice. I'm being very thoughtful and kind, not
You are.
mocking at all.
Wonderful.
You did kill it.
It is now the creature's turn. It does not get its fun ability back, so it's just going to attempt to bite the guy who just punched it. That is
Great.
an 18 to hit.
I'm gonna try to do my reaction again.
Okay.
Let's see how much damage I can decrease if I can scroll to the right place. I deflect 10 damage.
Okay. That does reduce the damage, but it does not erase the damage.
Great, that's fine.
So it reduces. Let's see. I just want to make sure that I do this right. If the total damage. Yeah. Okay, great. So the total damage is not reduced to 0.
Great.
So instead of 7 piercing and 8 poison, you instead just take 5 poison as the teeth graze you. So you don't get any piercing damage, but you just get a little poison backsplash.
Wonderful. Ew.
Yeah, spittle is gross. But that is its turn. Lunine,
Great.
we're over to you.
Alright. I'm gonna do what I do.
Go for it. Move and stab.
22.
Move and stab. Yeah. 22 will hit.
8 stab.
Solid thrust. Still standing. Looks killable.
Alright, I do it again.
All right, go for
God, this is so much easier than Sorcerer.
it.
Natural 20.
That will do it.
And
It's a
Kill it.
I
Kill
kebab it.
Yeah, what does it look like when you slice this thing to doom?
It's a kebab. Because I do stabbing damage.
Yeah, so you just stab through the top of the skull, right between the eyes, and like through the body, and it comes out, and you have this like through the back of the shoulder blades, top of the head down, this kind of like, and it wiggles a bit, and then it kind of like goes still on the edge of your blade. As you pull out your sword, give me a nature check.
God, I feel like I need to take proficiency in that now. 3!
Your sword is covered in gross stuff.
Ew.
This stuff is disgusting.
And we
I-
can drop initiative.
Cool.
Do I see the Renata statue nearby?
Oh yeah, it's
Alright.
only 15 feet away from you.
it's very prominent, very majestic.
I wiped the blood on my sword off on his shirt. On
That's
his
what I
stone
was
shirt.
just thinking. But for a different reason, maybe.
Disgusting.
Yeah, so you flick it off and kind of wipe it on the stone. And as you do so, you notice a single tear kind of fall just off the chin.
Oh, I was hoping it would like be the antidote. Can I go investigate Renata and see if Renata is the squishy stone or the
Yeah.
real stone?
Yeah,
I'd like to know
absolutely.
that as well. As you do that, I'll pat Renata on the shoulder and I'll say, "Don't worry, pal. I can wait."
All right. Yeah, go ahead. Make an investigation check on Renata.
Okay. And this is basing it, comparing to the two things I've already
Correct.
witnessed. Great. Okay, good. I also rolled fine.
Yeah, with an 18, this stone seems much like Barl stone, as
Oh,
opposed
shit.
to. Yeah, you get a feeling that these creatures are the cause of all these statues. Which, looking around in this moment of realization, they are wearing garb from like the past 5 years, the past 10 years, the past 20 years. Seems like some people have been here a while.
Oof.
Great.
Do
Good
we
talk.
search them?
They're all stone. There's nothing to find. It's all
No.
solidified.
The dead things. Oh, so the statues are wearing the clothing. No dead things have items. I gotcha. Never mind.
I mean, you can search the dead
Um,
things.
Sure.
Can Ozo
Uh-huh.
is Ozo in their medicine-y stuff? Sorry, I'm really distracted by the glitter on the tail of my axolotl stuffy. Because I'm a child.
I
Uh,
love it.
I'm sitting here thinking, and then I got distracted. Can Ozo think about in medicine-y things? Sometimes, the antidote is more of the poison, but diluted in a way. Is there any world in which, like, wiping the blood, but what if you take Ozo has some creative thing to test? Or does Ozo know that's stupid?
Yeah, you can absolutely do that. Go ahead, give me a medicine check. Corvus, you're investigating the creatures.
Sure. I'll start with the one close to us.
Cool. Is anyone else doing anything at this moment? Well, I guess by anyone else, I mean Lunine.
Wow. I guess I'm not doing much either.
Not really, just
Like, do you want to help
standing-
investigate the creature bodies or anything?
No.
Okay.
Not touching
Gross.
that.
No.
I just wiped its blood off on Renata. I'm
Cool.
not touching it.
Cool. So, Corvus, you just start, like, hacking into this thing to, like, see if it's got anything, and you just, like, destroy a bunch of it.
Good. Tell me your secrets.
Yeah, you're, like, expecting to find something, but you don't know what, and you're just carving into it. Ozo, on a 17 medicine, there are a lot of things where, like, maybe a part of a creature or, like, something can, like, help fix a thing. Like, there's, like, oh, you need a little bit of the venom to make an anti-venom. Like, that kind of stuff is accurate. Make a perception check for me, if you'd be so kind, Ozo.
Oof. It's a 7.
Cool. You notice Corvus, like, just hacking away at the nearest corpse of one of these things to you. And you don't notice that he stabs a book that was, like, a small little, like, notebook that the creature had obviously swallowed at some point. Until
I don't notice that, so I'm not writing it down. Oh, okay.
you don't notice it until he has stabbed his blade through it and, like, flung it back without even knowing that he stabbed it.
Okay.
I can see things, I promise.
I will.
Bad rogue.
But presumably it caught my eye. I'm gonna.
Oh yeah, you heard it, like, thunk against a bit of rock, and look over, and you see this, like, little tiny notebook that has a big stab mark through the middle.
Great. I'm gonna go investigate this stabbed notebook.
Yeah, it is. It is wrapped up like a little package, like with, like, oilcloth to keep it dry, but it is covered with goo, and now, like, some of the goo and grossness has, like, seeped into the stab.
Great. I'm gonna do my best to, like, open it up and do any amount of book care and see if it can be legible.
Yeah, it is a handwritten journal by Nicholas Gottavis. And it seems to be a treatise on like, monstrous abilities and, like, ways to fix them. A lot of it is now damaged.
Yeah.
But you find a passage that has, like, been, like, I mean, the whole thing's been stabbed through, So there's a big slit in it, a little hole. So some of the middle part's missing. But you see a headline and a drawing, and the headline says basilisk, and the drawing underneath it looks very much akin to these creatures that you have just battled.
Okay.
And on the opposing page, there's a list, and the roll a d20, roll a d6 for me, and choose odds or evens.
Odds. Fuck.
Okay. So what you see on this list, you see that it says, first thing, 1 hour. Then you can't read the next couple of things. But then you find mashed basilisk bile. And then a word you can't quite make out. And then it reads Igu. And then it reads 20 minutes simmering.
Well, guess what Ozo's gonna do?
What?
Ozo is going to stop Corvus politely, like appear behind Corvus and just tap on
fair.
Corvus's shoulder.
Can I just say, Mike, I'm so sorry.
Oh man, you're good.
DM's like, don't worry, I have a clever way for them to find the cue. Oh, and he just put his deck.
It's fine. Everything's fine. Everything is fine. Everything's fine. Corvus, I think we could try something. I have part of a recipe. If you don't mind, could you get some Igu and figure out what is the basilisk bile? That's what it said, right? Mashed basilisk bile.
It said mashed basilisk bile, and then there was a word that the stab kind of like tore through.
Okay.
So there's some word after bile.
It says, do not use under any circumstances.
Right. Okay. Ozo
Can
is going
I
to put
offer
their thinking
you?
cap
Oh,
on and say, ask Corvus and Lunine to try to read this, and going to investigate this carved and or the other corpses for a little while, using their general woodsy alchemical medicalness, and think for a moment what these ingredients could be and what might be missing.
Yeah, go ahead.
at least not.
Make a medicine check. I'm going to give you advantage on this as well, Ozo.
Okay. And I do want Lunine and Corvus to try to read if they can, like interpret. 22.
Yeah. Nice. On a 22, bile duct, bile gland. You wouldn't really mash a duct, so it's probably a bile gland. Igu makes sense because their bite was poison, so that would be bile. Their eyes did the weird petrifying thing, so that's probably sense because it's, part of the problem.
Okay.
Like those things together, probably bad to just like drink or something. So maybe they need to be diluted down. So probably some amount of water.
Mm-hmm.
The next thing, water. They're turned to stone. What's good on stone? Well, water's good on stone, but there's got to be something else. It's what do you know about stone? It's a mineral. What's a common mineral? That's like that doesn't hurt people, but is stone.
Chlorine.
Right? Yep.
With a 22,
Okay.
you think about a very common solution. Salt, saline.
Salt.
Yeah. I was like, wait a minute. You said solution salt.
Yeah,
Great.
yeah. Very well done.
Wait. And Ozo doesn't think that fast.
Yeah.
Takes a while.
And the last part, simmer 10 minutes. Like, it's got to be
20.
20
I wrote
minutes.
20.
Yeah, 20 minutes. Simmer 20 minutes. So you're pretty sure you've got an hour to, or less than an hour now, because you probably spent a few minutes figuring all this out, to simmer for 20 minutes this concoction. Again, you're not sure the ratios, but you're pretty confident you know, like, the consistency of something to maybe pour down. Maybe if you pour it down his, like, open mouth in his statue form, it'll do something. But time's ticking.
Great. We're doing this thing.
Do I have enough eye goo left on the dagger from when I went a little too
We've got 3 bodies. I'm gonna say start a fire. Ozo goes into like a whole different.
So
mode.
I will
Starts
say,
very clean.
Lunine
Yes.
purposefully stabbed the first one through the eye.
That's
Yep.
true.
And then Corvus went a little crazy and stabbed one eye of the second one and just tore apart the body of the third. The third's unusable.
Great.
Okay, I get it.
So there's 2 eyes left.
Great. Yeah, Ozo is gonna just launch into basically a completely uncharacteristic, very dry, like, list of orders. The most words you've ever heard out of Ozo's mouth. Pardon me, Lunine, would you please start a fire? And Corvus, I need you to come here and look very closely. We're gonna look at this angle, and if you could find just a little bit of goo and please put it into this little pouch. I'm going to investigate the bile. I believe it's going to be somewhere in the throat. Please place an incision here, and we will open it up and stretch it a little bit. Stop. That's good. Like,
Yeah.
change has come over Ozo. Suddenly, Ozo knows what to say and how to say it.
This is amazing. Corvus
Gets
thinks
us all to set up, a fire, put out a little pot, try to find all the things. Hopefully, one of us has salt. Use up water. Try to talk us through getting this started. Fire has to be first, so it's hot enough and the water can start getting warm.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Yeah.
a bit salty about being turned to stone.
Well,
we have
that's
we
fair.
have Renata's tears. Wipe more poison on them.
So you set about doing this.
Yeah.
Go ahead, with the help of your companions, make a straight wisdom check at advantage. Actually, it can be medicine. Make a straight medicine check at advantage.
Okay. 22.
22. Very
Give this
nice.
for advantage.
Nice.
Yeah. You're in the zone. You're in this mode. Like, you got it down. You spend the time, the water boils. You get the water to the right temperature where it's simmering, not boiling. You put and you're smart enough to, like, mash the, like, body stuff together, sprinkle in a little salt, and then slowly add some of this simmering water to another warm vessel to, like, get it up to temperature until you find you get a consistency of like, not an injectable thing, but like not a thin soup, but like a heartier stew.
Two. That's
Yeah.
what I was thinking.
Yeah. And you're pretty sure with a 22 that, like, this consistency tracks. And you've got maybe 5 to 10 minutes before the hour is up.
Great. I'm gonna pour it down Renata's gullet. It can't get worse because we can't carry a statue.
I'll hold
We're
him.
trapped in a bubble.
Yeah, so Renata, mouth open, very side. Corvus kind of, like, lifts you up, and you slowly begin, like, kind of spooning and pouring this stuff down his throat, little bit by little bit, because, you see, like his throat is like a hollow, but his mouth isn't like open in an abject terror. It's just kind of like, huh. Luckily, just that line is enough for you to like feed it in and kind of pour it down between his lips. And slowly, you feed him the whole batch, and you begin to see the stone slowly turn from gray to a very pale, fleshy color around the lips, ashen face, hair from gray white stone slowly begins to reblondify, and
That's weird.
and slowly over the next 10 minutes you see
I
Renata
am stretching this out.
turn back. He is pale. He looks like his body has been drained. He still doesn't move, but after about 10 minutes or so, his eyes go from like these milky orbs to clear, bright, and he collapses to the ground. But he's breathing and he's organic.
Suck it!
Wow.
Great.
Up and
I'm
down and
actually-
up and down and up
Thank
and
you,
down.
mystery notebook. Ozo just steps over, checks for a pulse, slaps a. Can I slap a
Just first thing you do
focus
is
point.
slap them. Welcome back.
healing hand? Yeah, just a little. See if there's a like a reaction to a little face slap with a healing hand. See if that helps.
I'm still holding you up. That's how you can reach his face.
Well,
It's
he's
not bad.
he's collapsed to the ground, so it's okay.
Oh.
Yeah, a little
that image
three
was-
3 points of healing slap.
Yeah, you deliver that. I don't think Renata had actually taken any damage.
I never took any damage. Yeah, so
but
Yeah, it's just like
but
trying to wake you
the
up.
3 points of healing is enough to return like the pallor to his cheek, and Renata, you wake up. You feel dehydrated. You feel like you drank like forever the night before and you're just so dehydrated, but also like you threw up in your mouth, and then like, you know, when you throw up in your mouth and you swallow it back down, like it's it is unpleasant. But one thing you knew, this thing was coming at you, and you felt yourself turning to stone. And you were like, man, this is not how I wanted to be. It's not how I wanted to go out. And then you're like on the ground, like shuddering and convulsing and like feeling this horrible way.
All right,
I,
do
uh,
a
This thing's
water
over.
lap.
I open up my eyes, you know, and I see Ozo just kind of slapping me on the cheek, and I say, Ozo, did I save the day?
Buddy, you were out for 3 days.
Insight check.
Make an insight check.
So it
Oh, yeah.
is now at a complete loss for words.
18.
Make a deception check, Corvus, if you want, or you can just.
Pretty good. You know what? I'm gonna have some fun with this. As soon as I remember where D is in the alphabet, I'll roll it.
No
Yeah.
way.
Renata, he's serious.
All right,
my
I let
God.
this hang. I let this hang for a moment. I want to like let that
And-
realization sink in.
And you guys stuck
And-
by me the whole time?
All right, listen, I have to fess up. You were only out for an hour, but yes, we Ozo here whipped up a batch of something vile and saved you. Found it in some weird cookbook in that thing's stomach.
Ozo, I owe you one.
You really do.
No, it's okay. I mean, you know.
No, say no more, Ozo.
Yeah.
I
It's fine,
I
no.
owe you.
Write
one,
him a song.
Right? Like
It's okay.
whatever you need, Ozo, all right? I'm no
Oh, I
questions
know.
asked. I will do it for you.
Ozo like slowly and carefully just kind of like walks away awkwardly
I'm sorry, Ozo. I took that too
Uh,
far.
and starts cleaning the book off Ozo's decided they love this book.
Yeah. Yeah, as you're
Oh,
cleaning it
oh,
I
off,
have 2 books now.
yeah, as you're cleaning it off, like there's some staining from the stab wound, but the edges are actually okay. Like, and it's not like a big book. It's like it's about the size of your hand. Like it's a small palm notebook.
Mm-hmm.
Like definitely like a field notes kind of thing. And there's a few interesting entries in here that have like some really detailed drawings that now have like a stab hole through them,
Mm-hmm.
and some staining. So like, it's not as cool as it could have been. But there might still be some useful information in here if you run across anything.
Ozo's gonna start reading it every night.
Great. Cool.
Ozo has only read one book 1,000,000 times.
And this one has pictures.
Yeah. So just take a note that you are reading this notebook from Nicholas Gotovis
Uh-huh.
about monstrous creatures and their dangers.
We have to
Yeah.
assume that Nicholas didn't make it out of here.
Yeah, probably.
That's sad.
Also,
our,
I'm thinking, do we have enough to do this again for Barl,
For
or are
Barl?
we?
I think it's been
mean-
longer than an hour.
Oh yeah,
I thought of that
it's
too,
been
though.
an
But
hour. Yeah, well,
I think it's maybe too late for him. As for that item, hard to say if it's still on him or if that was taken. We could check the gullet of these other 2 creatures and see if they swallowed anything.
The statue of Barl is wearing a distinctive eyepiece.
Oh yeah, well we found it. I mean, we could try it, but yeah, I mean, I
No,
guess it
you're
didn't hurt to try. He's been missing for days, presumably, right?
years,
Years.
weeks.
Yeah, I think it's too far gone.
I'm looking back.
Yeah, like the trip here takes months, and he's been missing
Oh,
a while.
Last time they
Yeah,
were
well,
here, so.
from the harbor
I want
town
his
to here, that took
eyepiece.
some days. You wanted his eyepiece, I know. I want an eyepiece. Everybody wants an eyepiece.
No, it could see secrets. I really want it.
Well, maybe there's a way to
I'm getting
pour some of that
confused with
stuff on it,
character
and
yet.
we can
Ozo
get enough
doesn't
of
care.
it. It's just Amber wants it.
Amber wants it.
You might could pour enough of that stuff on there to melt it off of his body. I don't know how that works. I don't know how to read either, though, so. Anyway, just a thought. We should maybe look at getting out of here, though, for letting that thing go.
Yeah, that's in my alchemist supplies, do I have little tidbits to take some samples of anything that's left, since we found this
Yeah.
is helpful?
I think so. I think you have like some little tiny like vials or test tubes that you could like put little bits of stuff in.
Great. I'm gonna take
Say,
some
I don't-
samples of everything that we used, if I can find it.
Yeah, between the 2 eyes, there's not much eye goo left. That because you have to use most of it for the solution.
Fair.
But there's a whole nother creature that has a fairly intact bile gland, so you can mash up some of that and get a full sample of that.
Great.
Are we trying another mixture and seeing if you can get that piece off of him, or are we letting it go?
I don't have any more eye goo unless we encounter another one of these.
And you did notice that like when Renato was turned to stone, all of his stuff was also stoned.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, I don't know how this stuff works. I was like, can we melt it out of there? But maybe he's
Yeah,
set
I
for
guess-
too long.
I guess we move to the next thing.
Seems like a waste of time, huh? Well, we did our favor at least.
We have to get out somehow.
So let's think back. Where did we see these creatures come from after I fired the crossbow?
Just the surrounding brush.
So they've been in here with us this whole time? How far do these walls go? I think we got to move around and investigate. I don't understand. I mean, I guess I didn't fire the crossbow that far. So presumably there's not a wall in that direction, or it's much further away.
Well, you fired up, remember?
Yeah, but I watched it go over something, right? What did it
No,
go
you
over?
just watched it go up and then fall back down and land in the brush and hit something that.
And then the things come out.
Oh yeah, so it arched and it went like over here or something. It wasn't far away.
Yeah, it wasn't very far away because you were just trying to shoot like just off of straight up, so it wouldn't fall back down on you.
Correct.
Yeah.
We just walk in a circle.
Well, let's get back to the place we touched the wall, I guess, and yeah, start going. Do you want to send? Should we all go the same direction, or should we go 2 directions and see what happens?
Let's stay together.
All right, let's do it. I'm gonna go back to the wall and see if I can find that place that I found earlier, or whatever, you know.
Yeah, it takes a little doing, but you all kind of like get the joke in here now. So you can find the wall kind of close to you. You weren't too far away from it during the battle, it turns out. So
Funny.
Does a
Oh, real
stick
quick.
poking wall do the same thing?
does what?
Using a stick to poke the wall do the same disruption?
Yeah, it seems like anything physical that touches, you see it has the little thing. The trick about this wall, the illusion seems to like move and encourage you to go certain ways when you aren't like aware of it. It's like subtly playing tricks on you by like making it think you're choosing to go left, but it's really guiding you in the direction to like keep walking around the central area.
Okay. Well, let's walk in a circle and see if our sticks either trigger anything else or. I kind
Real
of want to
quick,
do a
did
stick
we?
because I don't want my arm to get chopped off.
Yeah, that's fair. Did we want to? I know that the thing is still in Barl's head, but did we want to open up any more stomachs? For good. No, everyone's over it. Okay, let's move on.
Yeah.
Open
yeah,
up the
we'll
other
pass
the last
that.
stomach. We can.
Well,
Okay,
you've used all the pieces pretty much because between the
Oh, that's
two.
right. We've already cut them open for the biles. Yeah, great.
Yeah.
Never mind. Let's move
Yeah,
on.
unless you. Yeah,
Unless he wanted to for science.
for science.
Oh,
I'm
oh,
a
are you
scientist.
are you thinking like these things may have swallowed other stuff? Is that what you're thinking?
Correct.
Oh, yeah, you can totally do that.
Okay. Is it going to take us long while they're like sticking around over there?
Just however long you want to spend doing it. Like
Well, I
you,
did
Do
one
what you gotta do.
pretty
is
thoroughly,
irrelevant.
so I think I know what I'm doing now.
This is
you want
irrelevant
to just
them.
hack. You just want to hack away at it.
No, I can be a little more surgical the next time, I think.
Okay, great. Make a survival check.
Yeah, I'm so good at this. Not. Wasn't terrible.
Cool. Yeah, you're able to like actually like trace down and like open up the the gullet without too much of a issue. Whoops, what has happened here? Oh, ha 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 ha.
Jeff popped in.
Hello.
Oh my gosh. You made it just in time to save us. Rush over to
Very nice.
Renata.
Wow, this all got screwed up.
Well, it was I never got on
Damn,
camera. I'm
Jeff.
sorry.
I mean, I'm
No, I might
happy
have-
to. Oh, you're in a combat.
We were. We're
were.
not
We
anymore.
we had
It got
just finished up.
Alright.
dicey, pun intended. Tough crowd tonight.
No, you're good. You're good.
God does. I get it now. I think it's slow crowd.
It's
I'm over
been a
here
long
staring
day.
at glitter.
It has been a very long week. And it will
Been a long
continue.
Life.
fucking year.
Lemon, it's
Long
only
month.
Tuesday.
My week ends on June 17th.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, same. I think I get Easter off, but then Jeff and I are like just at it until fucking end of June.
Yep.
Uh, so, yes.
I have distracted you with my very timely arrival.
It's all good. It's all good. Yeah. So you dig around in this body of this creature, and you don't find anything particularly crazy. You find a couple like pieces, like hunks of like mostly digested stuff. Nothing of value though, as you kind of root around in their stomachs. Seems like the only reason that the book may have survived was because of how it was like wrapped up to be protected.
Can we? Never mind. I was going to be sentimental. Ozo might be a little sentimental, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. As we're walking in the circle, Ozo would like to keep an eye out for a statue that might be or look like a potential Nicholas Gotovus who might have written this book. Just to say thanks.
Yeah. Go ahead, make an investigation check.
I have no idea who this person is, but
Yeah.
it's 16.
On a 16, you look around and you do find a human, maybe like middle-aged, like early middle-aged, late 30s, maybe early 40s. Like a beard, not like full beard, but like, you know, the growings of a beard, like a little bit of facial hair, kind of sparse maybe. Wearing little pince-nez spectacles, and has a scroll case that has the workings NG on it. Looks like
Thanks.
a handsome sort of guy.
Great. Does it look like a more recent statue or a like 20 years ago statue?
Looks like it's been around for a minute, yeah.
Okay. Just gonna pat him on the shoulder, say thanks. Keep walking.
Yeah. So you are all looking around for this, exit point. Or so you hope, anyway.
Any variation in the wall?
Yeah. Go ahead, make a group insight check. Everybody roll an insight check. Except for Selenar. Because he is not here.
Well, it's okay because I rolled a 4 anyway. So
All right, 22.
21.
Nice.
8.
Cool. I think that is pretty good for everybody. To get a little bit of something. I think you figure out that this area you go around, it is not particularly large. I think you figure out it's about 80 feet around, maybe 100 feet around. So like the circumference, the diameter is about that. You don't find a door though. Like you don't find like an open thing like an opening beyond the illusion.
The wall is pretty consistent texture and shape and whatever from where we can reach.
Yeah. At least as far as you can tell at this moment in time.
Pozo's gonna go, well, we tried. And sit down and eat a snack.
Yeah. You sit down, you have a little snack. As you are munching away, everybody make a perception check.
I was about to say this could be a great time for a short rest, considering some of us were not doing so hot.
No, that's true. I am still carrying around a potion.
Natural 20.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. One of us
Nice.
has to hurt or something.
19. I finally did it.
So with a 25, Lunine, you hear with a natural 20. You hear footsteps through a wall that sounds like they're walking on stone. It's very, very faint. Almost anyone would have missed it. But you can hear it not far away. Like it's just through the wall that you happen to be sitting next to, like leaning against it, sitting next to it, whatever you're doing. You hear it. Sounds like one, maybe two, like footsteps moving.
I stabbed my sword in the ground where I was sitting,
Mm-hmm.
and I listen, and I will get up and kind of like listen to the feet and follow them along the wall, if I can.
Okay, so you like put your ear up to the illusion to like listen against the wall.
Yeah, more or less.
Cool. What you hear shuffling. They sound almost hesitant or like they're moving or attempting to move without being seen, but it doesn't seem like they're very good at it. And it sounds like they're getting closer and closer. And that's where we'll end tonight's session of Nuuli Forged.
Oh,
We just want to be friends.
we don't.
Yes, we do.
Yeah. Well done, everyone. Jeff, it was nice to see you for a moment.
I had great transfers on the way home. I was like, sweet, I can
Excellent.
pop in.
That's wonderful.
Sorry, I never got
Love
on
when that
camera.
happens.
That's okay.
Definitely is always a bonus. Wonderful. Yeah, I hope everybody had fun this evening. You found some stuff that you were looking for, and now you're in an interesting circumstance.
Yep.
So
We have a kind and generous DM who rewards creative solutions.
yeah, you found some good stuff. Well done indeed. Very well done. Thank you everyone for playing. Glad you had fun, and thank you Ives Got It and Taco San Mashu for coming in this evening and watching this and spend some time with us on this last minute game time that we were able to swing together here. Very fun. Yeah. We'll be back next week, April 15th, just in time for tax day. So that's fun.
Woohoo!
Yeah. Wonderful. We'll go around, say some goodbyes, and I'll figure out who we're going to raid in a fun little quick raid. So thank you all very much. Let's start off with Jeff Selenar, because you're here, so say hi, say
Hello.
goodbye.
Hello. Goodbye.
Oh, goodbye. The
Jeff
Yep.
Jeff did not play anyone tonight.
Nope, I did not play. I rolled a 4. I love
Uh,
contribution.
yeah,
Mhm.
very fun. Wonderful.
Yeah.
So
Thank.
going up to me now.
Yep. up to Renata.
All right. I'm Mike, Renata. Thanks for watching. Next week. See you there.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Next up, we got Ozo.
Hello, I'm Amber, and I have been Ozo. And yep, medicine makes sense. It's
Go ahead,
real
man.
in D&D and in real life.
Yeah,
just
yeah,
so
yeah.
you know.
Yeah, follow the science. It's good times. Thank you so much. Next up, we've got Lunine.
Thanks for watching, guys. Well, we'll see you next week. Yes.
Yes. Okay. Yes.
I forgot.
Okay.
I don't even know what week it is anymore.
Hey, I did the same thing. I thought I had a gig this Friday, and I do, but it wasn't the gig I was like going crazy over trying to prep for. And I was like, oh, I don't have to do this till next week. Right. Fun. Wonderful. Excellent. And Corvus up at the top of this rung.
Yo, this is Corvus with the fire department. We're all here to say thanks for watching, and don't smoke inside. And
Tell me what to do.
good night. That's right. Or we'll come to your house and we'll put the fire out.
Somebody should. Wonderful. Thank you so much. And I have been Jared, your humble dungeon master here on Nuuli Forged. Thank you so much for being here. You can follow us online on Blue Sky, and we still do a little Instagramming. You can follow us at Nuuli Forged. Check out our YouTube channel, where you can catch all of our backlog of episodes of all of this campaign, all of our previous campaign, and a few fun little one-shots and little mini adventures that we've done in the last 4 years. Be kind, be safe, be cool to each other. We're going to raid Magic Academy RPG. So hop in this raid, let them know that they've been newly raided. Have a wonderful evening and enjoy your week. And we'll see you back here next week, April 15th at 7 p.m. live on twitch.tv/NuuliForged. Woo! Yeah. So that's it. Thank you, everyone. Have a wonderful evening. Have a good week. Be safe. Be kind. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.